the rich land of Africa, kings of our soil dripped in gold, brought to you beaten, battered, bloody, and sold. America, we sailed across your rippling seas against our will as we sought survival, while thousands of us lay desolate, demoralized, and dead upon arrival. America, finally here where we were forced to work without pay, as our blood, sweat, and tears trickled against our brown skin from sun up to the break of day. America, to pass the crawling time spent on our ragged heels, we let our voices ring out across the cotton fields. America, we sang, oh yes, we sang, about our captivity as well as our spirituality. And the songs, they expressed our inner hope and sorrow for yesterday, today, and even tomorrow. America, your Constitution states that all men are created equal as we stood chained and lacerated from the whips of the leather. So tell me, which holds more weight, the Constitution or a feather? America, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That's what we were taught. America, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for y'all. Well, that's what we thought. And the struggle, it poured like that Seattle rain. But 1863, finally free of those chains. But America, you didn't stop your hatred, and many of us fled to the north, where we felt our safest. And in these days, we couldn't progress just an inch. It felt like a bad dream, only we couldn't be pinched. As every waking morning the newspaper read just another Negro lynched. In America, throughout all the hardships, we always had the music. Music which bled through the depths of our souls, from the early spirituals of our ancestors singing Wade in the Water, to the muddy banks of the Mississippi where men like Sunhouse, Charlie Patton, Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf were playing all night in juke joints as liquor spilled and sweat poured to the heartbeat of the blues. Robert Johnson, the incomparable bluesman who howled at the dusty moon, broken guitar slung over his shoulder, voice trembling at the crossroads as he wrapped his spider-like fingers around his guitar, picking with fury, singing, I'm a steady rolling man, I roll both night and day. And these blues, which began in the cotton fields in the Delta South, made their way to the concrete jungle, to the rhythm-pulsating streets of Harlem, where cool cats like Thelonious Monk, Dizzy Gillespie, Charlie Parker were composing the wild and mystical sounds of bop, bebop, bebop, and Miles Davis, the golden trumpeter, the epitome of hip, dark shades, blowing in the streets of eternity, his sweat dripping, his veins screaming, his look brooding and low, externally blowing internal blues, his melody, colorful and vibrant as the most perfect hue, his notes, which would bend at his very will, his sound captured and momentarily made still. And the music, well, is still something I can't explain. It's something that stabs me in the heart, but oh, it feels so good. America, while the suffering, while the pain. Here it is 1963, and you're surely the same. Segregated laws, segregated halls, maybe we couldn't catch a break, even segregated stalls. And soon enough, leaders of a new change arose out of the ashes of bigotry, and they etched their names into the walls of history. Huey P. Newton, Rosa Parks, Malcolm X illuminate the spirit of our youth and aged alike. Dr. King, Martin Luther King Jr., our own worldly King of Peace. I have a dream that one day my children will live in a nation where we are not judged by the color of their skin, but rather the content of their character. Pow, pow. 2 bullets cut across the Memphis sky. That dream, deceased. America, why when a king emerges you dethrone them? Is it because when the people don't have a voice, you know you can control them? 1968, the years progressed, the tension rose, creating stress, the buildings burned as the country turned to the blank page of restless and ungodly rage. America, you killed our leaders, but you can never kill our spirit. 1975, we came to a period of enlightenment and self-powerment, and once again, the music shined through us, emphasizing the way we spoke and acted. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud, rang out through the inner city where poverty whispered around every corner. Gil Scott-Heron, Parliament Funkadelic, Curtis Mayfield, Isaac Hayes, Sly and the Family Stone, they gave us a sense of belonging with their soul-stirring words and rhythm. The godfather of soul, James Brown, the funkiest man in America, who grooved and shuffled across the stage, that cape flowing across his back singing, it's a man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. And the black woman, mother of earth, nurturer of child, teacher of love, where would our story be without you? Bessie Smith, Nina Simone, Aretha Franklin, Etta James, and Billie Holiday. Lady Day, who covered the waterfront as she watched that strange fruit swing across the poplar tree. 1988, we came to a period of broken hope and our spirit, and every blast from the crack pipe withered the flowering potential of our culture, but the music, it still prevailed. 1997, oh, the times they are a-changin', as Bob Dylan's prophecy read. And in the inner city, the poverty wasn't whispering anymore, rather howling through the street corners. The music, well, it reflected the times. Jay-Z, DMX, Wu-Tang, Tupac rapped the images they seen in their everyday existence. Christopher Wallace, the notorious B.I.G., he rapped from the depths of his belly, providing us with imagery and stories which have yet to be rivaled. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Pow, pow. 2 bullets cut across the LA sky. The dream, deceased. America, for us, it hasn't been a dream, but rather a nightmare. We can forgive, but we cannot forget. It's been nearly 600 years since you brought us here, men and women driven away from our families and peers. But 2012, America, look how far we've come, from kings to shackles, back to kings. America, your root of existence is planted by our seed, and it's finally beginning to take sprout. For so many years, we were looked at as just an unworthy resident, but now look at us, Barack Obama, first black president. America, I am you. America, we are you. America, we are your story. Black America, the pain and the glory. Thank you. Where I'm from in South Jersey is a town called Pittman, and it's a predominantly white town. And,